can't we observe with great clarity the change or the paradigm shift of the economic power from the so-called G7 or the global countries that were the superpowers of yesterday to the so-called emerging 7 or the newer superpowers of today. This newly formed club, which includes countries like China, our own India, Brazil, Russia, Indonesia, Mexico, and Turkey, were once viewed with disdain by the Europeans, by the Westerners. But today, these countries have been capitalizing on their core competencies. And while the world has woken up to the numerous opportunities that were available with the E7, we also discovered our inherent strengths. But how are we as a nation changing our game plan? And what are we doing to stay ahead and to retain our position in the global economy? Undoubtedly, economic change and enormous social transformation that is rooted in the educational and the economic empowerment of women is increasingly significant. A greater representation of women at the workplace is extremely vital, as everybody has been mentioning so far. And as we approach the 21st century, gender inclusivity is no longer a corporate social responsibility. It has become a business imperative. Just yesterday, when I was browsing through the business newspapers, an article caught my eye. It was about incentivizing on a higher pay scale to talent recruiters who are looking to recruit women employees, especially at the mid and the senior levels, which is really great, which means that corporates are willing to pay out much more to really include women in the senior levels and in the mid-manager levels. A recent study also observes that 60% of all graduates across America, across Asia, across Europe in the coming years are going to be women. Placing this huge pool of talented women in leadership roles will definitely improve the return on investor capital, quality of the end product, and the corporate bottom line if they are included into the industry. Women's ambitions are currently changing, and we do see educated women coming from the tier 2 cities and the smaller towns pursuing their dreams in spite of whatever struggles, whatever obstacles they may be facing, with their personal drive, their integrity, and of course their inherent capacity to add value not only to their lives but to those around them and also to the community and the society at large. Harnessing this power of talented women, just like all of you seated here today, will pave the way for future generations. And this is where the Indian Women Network will play a critical role in the professional and personal lives of career women like you and me. Suchitra, of course, did showcase all the different facets of this exclusive women's only forum. And I sincerely urge all of you to join IWIN and to benefit from its content. Please do spread the word along to all your women colleagues in your different corporates that we finally have a network that is quite akin to the men's old boys network. I, of course, wholeheartedly thank our esteemed chief guest for today's exciting launch event, Ms. Catherine Dhanani, who has shared such meaningful insights with us. She was sharing with us about women's engagement linked to a company's performance, which is very true. In fact, there was a survey of Fortune 500 companies which said that most companies which had more representation of women in their boardrooms did declare 30% higher return on investment. In fact, there is a law in the European Union that has been imposing penalties for corporates that do not have any representation of women in their boardrooms, which has actually been not looked upon by most of the corporates, but they are being penalized now. I would like to thank Ashok Reddy Garu for the chairperson of Confederation of Indian Industry for his support, both to us and to IWIN, and as we continue to take guidance from the parent organization in the days to come. Suchitra, of course, without being said, has been a great source of inspiration to all of us here in CII. I was also privileged to be her counterpart in the State Council for the last almost 3 to 4 years, and I have seen her work with great passion in whichever vertical she has taken the challenge in. So thank you, Suchitra, for guiding us and for steering this entire program. We have with us this evening highly successful women who are leaders in their individual capacities and have exemplary careers. I thank them all individually for having carved out time and sharing with us today. Let me just introduce all of them. Ms. Uma Sudhir, resident editor of NDTV, Ms. Padmaja Reddy, Managing Director, Padmaja Polymers, Dr. Srinagi Ramesh, Director, Medwin Hospitals, Ms. Rama Devi, President of ALEEP, the Association of Lady Entrepreneurs of AP, Ms. Hema Vijay Raghavan, Director of Sadhguru Management Consultants, and Ms. Padmaja Chowdhury, Vice President, C3I Consultants. Thank you, ladies, for taking out time from your busy schedules to be with us. And of course, thank you, Uma, for helping us out in moderating the panel, which you will be doing, and I'm sure you'll do an excellent job of that. We do today also thank the hospitality team and the media for their presence, and all the office bearers of CII, both at the AP state and the regional level. And last but not the least, a huge thank you to all you participants who have come out in such huge numbers, in spite of your work challenges, to witness the launch of IWIN. Thank you once again.